Let's talk about ships. Massive steel giants that are the backbone of global trade and military power. These aren't just floating containers or war machines, they're the arteries and muscle of the modern world, carrying everything from cars and electronics to energy and food across vast oceans. Every day these ships keep the world running, connecting continents and economies, making sure shelves are stocked and industries keep humming. For much of the last century, whoever controlled the seas controlled global power. And for decades that was the United States with its unmatched navy and shipbuilding might. But now, the map has changed dramatically. China's shipbuilding industry is surging ahead, transforming the balance of power and leaving the US looking outdated and outpaced. China is building ships at a pace that makes American yards look like they're stuck in the past, churning out new vessels faster than anyone thought possible. This isn't just about shipping goods, it's about who sets the rules for the 21st century, who commands the sea lanes, and who shapes the future of global trade and security. The US isn't giving up without a fight. Instead, it's teaming up with South Korea and Japan, two shipbuilding powerhouses with decades of expertise and innovation. These allies have mastered the art of building high-tech, complex vessels, think advanced warships, cutting-edge cargo carriers, and state-of-the-art technology. Meanwhile, China has focused on sheer volume, flooding the world with new ships and expanding its influence with every launch. The big question is, can this alliance actually work? Can three nations with different priorities and industries come together to challenge China's dominance? The stakes are sky-high: industrial might, strategic alliances, and a race against time. America wants a comeback, to reclaim its leadership at sea, while China is determined to cement its lead and set the pace for the rest of the world, and Korea and Japan hold valuable cards: technology, experience, and the ability to innovate under pressure. This isn't just policy, it's a high-stakes contest for who will control the future of the high seas, and by extension, the global order. Can the US and its allies pull off a comeback, or will the future of the oceans, and maybe the world, be written in Mandarin? Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild, unpredictable ride, and the outcome will shape the world for generations to come. When you hear the word ship, your mind probably jumps straight to images of cruises, those floating cities packed with pools, buffets, and endless entertainment, gliding across sparkling blue waters. Cruises are glamorous, and they get all the attention in travel ads and movies, but the reality is, shipbuilding is so much more than just vacation vessels. It's the backbone of the global economy, quietly powering the world behind the scenes. In fact, over 80% of everything you own, your phone, your clothes, even your morning coffee, arrived by ship at some point. These massive cargo vessels are the invisible lifeline of modern life. Without a strong, reliable fleet, global trade would grind to a halt, shelves would empty, factories would stall, and economies would falter. Building your own ships isn't just about pride, it's about control. When a nation builds its own ships, it controls its supply chains, protects its economy, and ensures it isn't at the mercy of others. Relying on foreign-built ships gives other countries leverage over you. Imagine letting your neighbor hold the only key to your fridge. Suddenly, your next meal depends on their goodwill. Economic security is national security. Ships are the key to both. They don't just move goods, they project power and independence. Militarily, you can't be a superpower without a powerful navy. And you can't have a powerful navy if you can't build or repair your own warships at home, on your own terms. The ability to quickly produce, upgrade, and maintain military vessels is a direct measure of national strength and resilience. In times of conflict, this can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Shipbuilding also supports thousands of high-skilled jobs, from welders and engineers to designers and logistics experts. It drives innovation in materials, automation, and green technology. In a crisis, active shipyards can pivot almost overnight, repairing damaged vessels, building new ones, or even retooling for emergency needs. This flexibility is a hidden strength. It's industrial muscle you hope you never need to flex, but it's a capability you simply can't afford to lose. Once gone, it's nearly impossible to rebuild quickly. Shipbuilding isn't just another industry, it's the foundation of national power, economic stability, and security. Lose it and you lose control, not just of your ships, but of your future. How did China become the shipbuilding superpower? It was no accident. China now controls over half the global shipbuilding market. The US has less than 0.2%. China's secret massive state support, subsidies, and military-civil fusion. The government poured money into shipyards, offering cheap loans, free land, and tax breaks. In China, commercial and military shipbuilding are intertwined. Skills and tech flow seamlessly between them. This lets China outpace everyone, launching ships in batches while US yards struggle with a few per year. China's industrial might means it can build for its navy, its commercial fleet, and the world all at once. This gives China huge leverage. It can shape global trade and challenge US naval supremacy. The dragon is awake, and it's building ships at a staggering rate. The world's maritime balance has shifted. The US shipbuilding industry is a story of decline. Once the world's shipyard, America now struggles to fill even domestic orders. Decades of neglect, underinvestment, and a shrinking workforce have left shipyards outdated and inefficient. Skilled labor has vanished, and you can't train master shipbuilders overnight. Modern rivals use automation and modular construction. Many US yards are stuck in the past. The result: repair backlogs, spiraling costs, and a navy that can't keep up. The US aims for a 355-ship fleet, but the industrial base can't deliver. Ships wait for repairs, and new builds lag behind. This isn't just an industrial problem, it's a national security crisis. A navy stuck in dry dock can't project power. America's naval superiority is at risk, all because its shipyards were left to rust. The consequences are now impossible to ignore. Enter South Korea and Japan, the titans of high-value, complex shipbuilding. While China dominates in volume, these two lead in advanced, high-tech vessels. South Korea's shipyards are marvels of efficiency and technology, building LNG carriers and mega container ships. Japan's shipyards are renowned for quality, reliability, and green innovation, pioneering ships powered by cleaner fuels. Both countries have modern facilities, skilled workforces, and decades of experience. They've succeeded through relentless innovation, not just state subsidies. These strengths make them natural allies for the US. They share democratic values and concerns about China's rise. The question: can their expertise help revive America's struggling industry? If so, it could change the global balance. If not, China's lead will only grow. The US, South Korea, and Japan are moving from talk to action. South Korean firms are acquiring US shipyards. Hanwha's purchase of Philly Shipyard is a game changer. This isn't just investment, it's a transfer of advanced techniques and technology. The goal: transform American yards to build commercial ships and maintain Navy vessels more efficiently. Meanwhile, US naval ships can now be repaired in Japanese and Korean yards, easing backlogs and keeping ships deployed. This deepens military-industrial ties and creates a network of allied shipyards ready for crisis response. The partnership extends to sharing next-gen naval tech, unmanned vessels, advanced propulsion, and more. By pooling R&D, the alliance can innovate faster and stay ahead of China. No single country can do it alone. Combining American might, Japanese quality, and Korean efficiency could be the winning formula. The alliance is becoming real, and it's just getting started. The stakes couldn't be higher. The US government is finally investing in shipbuilding, rolling out billions in funding to modernize shipyards. Programs like the Shipyard Infrastructure Optimization Program aim to upgrade facilities and bring in new tech. But there's a catch. The Jones Act and other laws restrict foreign-built ships and limit how much allies can help. The Navy can't have its combat ships built abroad, even with Korean investment. The compromise: let allies help with commercial ships, repairs, and non-combat vessels, but keep warship construction at home. It's a pragmatic approach, but it creates policy headaches. The US must balance leveraging allied expertise with protecting its own industry. The legal knots are tough to untangle. If the US wants a seamless alliance, it needs to resolve these internal conflicts. The right policies could make or break the comeback. A US-Korea-Japan alliance sounds great, but the road is rough. Korean and Japanese shipyards are already booked with high-value orders. They can't just drop everything for America. There's limited space, skilled labor, and time. China won't sit back. It can undercut prices and flood the market with cheap ships. China's state-driven model lets it absorb losses for strategic gain, something market economies can't match. America's biggest challenge is internal labor shortages, outdated regulations, and a lack of industrial culture. Foreign investment and tech transfer help, but they're not magic fixes. Without enough skilled workers, even the best tools are useless. Revitalizing U.S. shipbuilding requires long-term commitment to training, education, and smart policy. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, can this alliance really shift the balance of maritime power, or is China's lead simply too massive to overcome? The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely as these three nations attempt to rewrite the rules of the sea. There's reason for hope. Leaders in Washington, Seoul, and Tokyo are more committed than ever before. This high-level political backing can break down long-standing barriers, foster trust, and create the momentum needed for real change. By combining U.S. software expertise, Japanese green technology, and Korean manufacturing prowess, the alliance could leap ahead in maritime innovation. Each country brings unique strengths to the table, making the partnership more than just the sum of its parts. Together, they could pioneer the next generation of autonomous ships, develop ultra-efficient propulsion systems, and revolutionize advanced manufacturing, competing on quality, not just quantity. This could set new global standards for safety, sustainability, and performance. But China's sheer scale, relentless output, and military-civil integration are tough to match. Its shipyards churn out vessels at a pace the world has never seen. For the alliance to truly work, the U.S. must rebuild its skilled workforce, invest in training, and modernize its aging infrastructure to keep up with global competition. Korean investment and Japanese technology are powerful catalysts, but they can't replace the need for deep domestic reform and innovation within the U.S. itself. This is America's best shot to remain a dominant maritime power and to ensure its influence on the world's oceans for decades to come. If this alliance succeeds, the world could see a more stable, secure, and balanced maritime order, one that benefits all nations, not just a single superpower. But if it fails, Beijing will have the power to write the rules of the sea, shaping the future to its own advantage. The race is on, the ships are being built, and the outcome is more uncertain than ever. Every decision made now will echo for generations. The future of the world's seas and the balance of global power is truly at stake. And as these ships set sail, the entire world is watching, waiting to see who will shape the next era of maritime history.